So how much water do you drink in a day? In my previous video, I talked briefly about how important water is when it comes to relieving your brain fog. And you can watch that video here through this link or in the link down below on the description, so you can watch it at a later time. So in this video, I'll discuss what water does, how important it is in your perimenopause diet when it comes to relieving your perimenopause symptoms, what you can do if you don't like the actual taste of plain water, and how you can increase your water intake without drinking lots more water. If you're new here, welcome to Warm Blush. This is my channel where I help women like yourselves who may be struggling with perimenopause symptoms and are looking for natural ways to reduce your symptoms through your diet or lifestyle, so you can reclaim your happy, healthy self and enjoy the freedom that midlife gives you. Hello, I'm Shirley and I'm a bank-registered nutritionist, and I help ladies like yourselves who may be struggling with their perimenopause or menopause symptoms, so I can help you with diet and lifestyle changes that may help to reduce your symptoms naturally. If you're new here, welcome, and remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't ever miss out on any future content. So why is water important? Well, basically water is something called a universal solvent, and we need it to keep our body in balance. Gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen, toxins, nutrients, they all get transported in the blood all through our membranes. But in order for that to happen, we need to have sufficient amount of water in our system. We need water to maintain our blood sugar levels. We need water to excrete the toxins from our blood or the gases from our lungs. Ensure that we are excreting toxins not just through our lungs but through our colon and the feces. And for some ladies who may be experiencing constipation, maybe you just need to increase more water in your diet to help get your digestive system going. And water is really important when maintaining a lot of the body's processes. That's why if you are having problems with regards to perimenopause symptoms, you may need to think about increasing your water intake. So why is water important in our body? Well, basically the body is made up of at least 60% water, and we need water to keep our cell structure and function working properly. So what water does is basically it binds with nutrients, oxygen, carbohydrates, proteins in order to keep our cells working. Without sufficient water, we become dehydrated. This may result in the concentration of substances increasing in our cells, pH levels increases, and our enzymes don't function properly. So you can imagine how this creates imbalances in the body. And when you think about it, the body is already out of balance hormonally because of the changes at perimenopause. And when you're dehydrated, this may make the perimenopause symptoms even worse because of all the imbalance that dehydration is creating in your body. So what are symptoms of dehydration? So you may experience brain fog, sleepiness, feeling drowsy a lot of the time. You may be getting headaches. You may even be constipated. You may feel tired a lot of the time. You may become sensitive to a lot of toxic substances, including alcohol, caffeine, and some medications. On the other side of that is that maybe your supplements or medication aren't working properly, namely because you're too dehydrated for the supplements and the medications to be diluted and transported around your body. That's why it's really important to maintain good hydration at all times. So you may be thinking, well, I don't feel thirsty. Why do I need to keep topping up my water intake? You'll be surprised that even at ambient temperature, you are actually losing water. So you lose water through passing urine, so you lose about 1,400 ml during the day. You may lose about 100 ml just from sweating alone, and that's just sitting around doing nothing. So if you exercise or the temperature is a lot warmer, you may need to up your water intake. You may lose about 200 ml of water during the day through passing stools. If you're a lady who's experiencing diarrhea as part of your symptoms, you may be losing a lot more water than you think. That's why it's important to top up your water intake if you do have diarrhea or loose stools. And also just normal breathing, you lose a lot of water through the condensation in your breath. I've previously mentioned exercise is one way that you may increase your water loss. There's also, if you're a lady who actually experiences hot flushes, you'll know then that you'll be losing a lot of water. So if you do experience a lot of hot flushes, it's important to keep topping up your water intake. We're currently in December, so the weather is a lot colder. You may not be losing as much water as you do during the summer or hotter temperatures, but you've got to remember that because of the colder weather, we've also got our heating on, so that may increase your water loss. So how much water should you be drinking in a day? Well, the current NHS guidelines is basically drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. If you're not used to drinking a lot of water, that can seem really overwhelming. It doesn't mean having to drink a full glass of water 6 to 8 times a day. What you can do is have a large glass or a container that you can fill and sip throughout a period of 2 hours, refill, keep sipping again until you need to refill your container. That way you know that you're not feeling overwhelmed by drinking such a large amount of water over a short period of time, and you know that if, say, you've got a water bottle that holds about 500 ml of water, you can use that, fill it up, sip it through the morning, refill it again for lunchtime, and keep refilling until you get your daily quota of water. So what can you do if you don't actually like the taste of plain water? Well, there are things you can do to make your water taste a bit more palatable if you're not used to drinking water to begin with. What you can do is add slices of fruit into the water that you drink to make it taste a bit more palatable. In the description below, I will put links to water bottles that are BPA free, that are healthier for you and the environment. If you haven't read about it already, bottles of water that you can buy in the shops actually contain minute particles of plastic, which is not good for you because they are endocrine disruptors, which basically means that they leach out chemicals that actually disrupt your hormone levels. And also the particles of plastic can get into your system and the water system, which is not good for the environment generally. The water bottle that I put in the link in the description below also works as a diffuser, which means that the bottle allows you to add slices of fruit into your water to make your water taste more palatable. If you find that drinking water can get a bit boring, there are ways of increasing your hydration without resorting to just drinking plain water. So you can try coconut water. You can drink herbal teas or infusions instead of your normal tea or coffee. You can drink soups or broths, which are really good in this weather. Or what you can do is also drink some juice. Preferably juices that you drink should be made at home. That way you can control how much fruit and how much sugar you're adding into your juice. If you feel that there's no alternative than to buy shop bought juice, you can actually mix the juice with some plain water. That way you can minimize the amount of sugar that you are drinking through the juice. The other way that you can increase water intake is through eating high water content foods such as cucumbers, tomatoes, celery, lettuce, radish, pak choy, and many other watery foods. The other way is by eating fruits that are high in water content such as strawberries, melons, citrus fruit, pineapple, and grapefruit. Lots of fruit also are high in the water content, but you do really need to be a bit more careful when it comes to fruit, because a lot of fruit has high sugar content. So have you found this video useful? If you have, hit the like button so I know that you've gained benefit from it. Also hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss out on tips to make your perimenopause journey easier. In the next video, I'll be talking about how important cruciferous vegetables are in terms of reducing your perimenopause symptoms and balancing estrogen. So until then, see you next time.